Moments ago, Keith Urban finally broke his silence about what really went down with Maggie Baugh, and yeah, his words straight up shocked everyone. For weeks now, fans have been replaying that viral concert moment on repeat. The one where Keith suddenly switched up the lyrics of The Fighter and slid Maggie's name right in. It was subtle, kinda playful, low-key blink and you miss it energy, but wow, it lit the internet on fire. People instantly started wondering, was that lyric change a total accident, or was it a quiet, hidden message after his emotional split from Nicole Kidman? Social media went wild, rumors flew left and right, headlines blew up everywhere, and Maggie herself got pushed into a spotlight she never even asked for. But now, Keith has finally spoken, and what he shared is not what anyone saw coming. His side of the story adds a whole new layer to a situation fans thought they already had figured out. So if you've been locked in, following every twist and turn of this unfolding saga, don't go anywhere, because what Keith just said might seriously change everything. Subscribe now so you don't miss what's coming next. 1. The fallout after the divorce. After nearly 2 decades together, Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman's marriage came to an emotional end, a separation that stunned both Hollywood and country music fans alike. For years, they were viewed as one of the rare real-deal success stories in entertainment, grounded, loyal, and deeply connected, even with the non-stop chaos of fame swirling around them. But behind those picture-perfect smiles and red carpet moments, the pressure of distance and demanding careers slowly built walls between them, brick by brick. When news of their split finally went public, it didn't feel messy or dramatic, it felt like straight-up heartbreak. Keith hit the stage again sooner than anyone expected, clearly determined to keep the show moving, but fans could tell instantly that something was different. His signature wedding ring, that small but powerful symbol of their bond, was gone. And yeah, fans noticed immediately, replaying concert footage, zooming in, analyzing every tiny detail. His expressions looked heavier, his voice sounded more fragile, and even the vibe of the crowd felt off. Online conversations exploded with concern, sympathy, and non-stop curiosity about what really happened behind closed doors. But through all of it, Keith stayed completely quiet. No statements. No interviews. No explanations. Just music, and the silent weight of a man dealing with massive change under a constant spotlight. And just when everyone thought he'd stay quiet forever, one performance flipped the entire narrative. 2. The onstage moment that started it all. It all kicked off on a night that seemed totally normal, until Keith Urban pulled a move nobody saw coming. The arena was buzzing, the crowd was hyped, lights low, energy high, as he stepped up to perform The Fighter. For years, fans knew that song as a love letter to Nicole Kidman, a symbol of loyalty and devotion that basically defined their marriage. But that night, something unexpected happened. When Keith hit the chorus, he swapped out the word baby for Maggie, glancing straight at his guitarist, Maggie Baugh, as he sang it. The crowd froze for a split second, then boom, cheers, laughter, shock, the whole thing. Phones were instantly up, cameras rolling, and clips of that moment spread across social media like wildfire. According to People magazine, Keith Urban changed song lyrics inspired by Nicole Kidman romance to reference new guitar player Maggie Baugh during concert. That lyric switch was real, intentional, and it sent fans into full detective mode, trying to figure out whether it was just playful banter or something way more personal. By the next morning, that single lyric had turned into a global talking point, and Maggie Baugh's name was suddenly everywhere. One tiny change became the spark that set the entire story ablaze. 3. Who is Maggie Baugh? Before the headlines, before the rumors, before all the noise, Maggie Baugh was simply known as one of the most exciting rising stars in country music. At just 25 years old, she'd already built a reputation for insane versatility, a killer guitarist, a seriously talented fiddle player, and a natural performer with stage presence that could light up a massive arena. Her journey started on small-town stages and local fairs, where her mix of southern charm, and raw musical talent caught the attention of producers and touring acts all over Nashville. What really set Maggie apart wasn't just technical skill, it was her energy. Every performance had a spark that felt spontaneous, joyful, and 100% real. Fans often say she plays with her whole heart, connecting emotionally with every single note. By the time she joined Keith Urban's band, she already had a loyal online following and was steadily carving out her own space in the country music world. Getting invited onto Keith's tour was a massive milestone, the kind of opportunity young artists dream about late at night. It put her on some of the biggest stages in the country and gave her a front-row seat to what performing at the top of the industry really looks like. But along with that opportunity came attention she never saw coming. Almost overnight, her name started popping up alongside Keith's in social media posts and gossip threads. What had once been praised as musical chemistry between mentor and protégé suddenly turned into fuel for endless speculation. Her rise on Keith's tour brought visibility, but also a level of scrutiny she never expected. 4 rumors ignite online. It didn't take long for the internet to do what it always does, turn one single moment into a full-blown rumor storm. Within hours of that concert clip going viral, social media was flooded with reactions, debates, and non-stop theories about what Keith Urban's lyric change actually meant. Some fans brushed it off as a harmless shout-out, while others were convinced it hinted at something deeper happening behind the scenes. Fan pages started posting side-by-side videos, comparing older performances of the fighter with the newer one that mentioned Maggie. Comment sections went absolutely crazy. Was that just a joke? Why did he look right at her when he said her name? What started as a playful on-stage moment quickly snowballed into a trending topic that caught the attention of fans and tabloids alike. As the video racked up millions of views, entertainment pages jumped in hard. Headlines speculated, captions teased, and hashtags like hashtag Keith and Maggie and hashtag the fighter moment started trending everywhere. Maggie's follow account exploded overnight, and suddenly every smile, every backstage pic, and every guitar solo was being broken down frame by frame. The internet wasn't just watching anymore, it was locked in. What started as a random, off-the-cuff lyric switch suddenly turned into a full-blown public guessing game, and Keith and Maggie. Yeah, they stayed completely quiet about it. No comments. No explanations. Nothing. But honestly, that silence just threw gasoline on the fire. The more they brushed it off, the louder the rumors got. Fans went full detective mode, combing through every performance, every post, every tiny detail, trying to connect the dots. What was once just music quickly blew up into a viral mystery, and the internet was eating it up. Quick pause, if you're still watching, smash that like button real quick. It seriously helps the channel grow, and lets us keep bringing you real celebrity stories just like this one. 5. The denials and clarifications. As the online chatter kept getting louder, both Keith and Maggie chose to stay tight-lipped, but their circle didn't. Alexandra Kay, a fellow country artist and close friend of Maggie, stepped up and shut the rumors down. She straight up called the speculation ridiculous, explaining that Maggie is a hard-working musician, and that whatever fans were seeing on stage was just artistic chemistry, nothing more. Her comments brought some relief to people who had been following the story closely. According to People magazine, country singer Alexandra Kay speaks out about romance rumors between Keith Urban and guitar player Maggie Baugh. Alexandra made it crystal clear there was nothing romantic going on. Just a super talented young guitarist sharing the spotlight with her mentor. Maggie, for her part, stayed cool and collected. She kept showing up, performing, and later posted a subtle message online, thankful for the music and the journey. That quiet professionalism earned her major respect from fans and fellow artists alike. Still, Keith's silence had people wondering, what was he really thinking? And eventually, that answer would come, straight from him. 6. Keith Urban finally breaks his silence. Weeks later, Keith Urban finally addressed the speculation, not through tabloids or press releases, but right there on stage during a live show. Between songs, he paused, looked out at the crowd, and spoke calmly but firmly. "Don't read too much into the lyrics," he said with a half-smile as the crowd cheered. According to People magazine, Keith Urban insists fans should stop reading into his lyric changes amid his divorce from Nicole Kidman. Keith made the comment after realizing just how far the online theories had spiraled. He explained the lyric change was spontaneous and playful, just him vibing with the crowd, not some secret message aimed at anyone. The audience applauded as he picked his guitar back up, clearly letting the music do the talking. His words didn't just calm the rumors, they put the focus back where it belonged, the music, the performances, and his path forward. For a lot of fans, that moment felt like the truth finally speaking up. 7. What Keith really meant. When Keith finally spoke, it hit deeper than just shutting down rumors. On the surface, it sounded like a simple reminder that his heart was still in the music. But longtime fans could tell there was more emotion under the surface. His tone wasn't defensive, it was reflective, almost soul-searching. During that moment on stage, Keith talked about music being his safe place, the thing that carried him through tough seasons. He admitted the stage had become both a refuge and a release, somewhere he could let emotions flow without judgment. He never dropped names, but his words about finding light through the noise really resonated. Some fans believed he was acknowledging Maggie's presence as part of that healing, not romantically, but as someone who brought fresh energy back into his performances after the separation. Others saw it as a bigger message about resilience, how pain often fuels the most honest art. Either way, it was the first real glimpse behind the polished image. He wasn't confessing anything, he was coping, turning hurt into harmony. That quiet honesty gave fans something real to hold on to. Not drama. Not gossip. Just sincerity. It shifted the conversation from rumors to growth, reminding everyone that even the biggest stars are still human. And just when people thought things had finally settled, Maggie spoke up. 8. How Maggie responded. Maggie Baugh didn't respond with interviews or statements. Instead, she dropped a simple social media post, "Grateful to do what I love with people who inspire me every day." Short, warm, neutral, but it said a lot. To her followers, it was a clear signal. She was focused on her craft and wasn't letting rumors write her story. After that, her pages filled with rehearsal clips, backstage laughs, and jam sessions with the band. Her vibe stayed positive, showing she was there for the music, not the mess. People respected how she handled it, especially in a world where viral drama usually explodes fast. She didn't deny anything. Didn't defend herself. Didn't clap back. She just redirected the spotlight to her talent. Fans praised her maturity, calling her a total class act. Even media outlets noticed how her calm energy stood out against all the noise. Every post chipped away at the rumors, proving authenticity still wins in an industry obsessed with perception. Sure, some fans kept overanalyzing captions, photos, even emojis, but Maggie's silence became her shield. By refusing to play into the narrative, she rose above it. Still, just when things started cooling off, Keith's next performance threw a curveball no one expected. Quick reminder, before we keep going, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. The next part of Keith's story is wild. 9 hidden messages in Keith's new performances. Just when it looked like the controversy was fading, Keith Urban's next few performances lit the fuse all over again. Fans noticed subtle changes, song choices, gestures, long pauses, everything felt more intentional. Songs like Blue Ain't Your Color and Somebody Like You, once just feel-good anthems, suddenly carried way more emotional weight. During one show, Keith stopped mid-song, looked out at the crowd, and softly said, "Every lyric means something different these days." That one line sent social media into meltdown mode. Clips flooded the internet, broken down frame by frame. Fans believed Keith was telling his story through his concerts, blending emotion, memory, and meaning without saying it outright. Some thought it was his way of healing after the divorce. Others were convinced he was subtly addressing the Maggie rumors. But here's the thing, Keith didn't need to say anything at all. The music said enough. His performances had basically become his voice, raw, real, and stacked with layers of meaning. Every guitar solo hit closer to home, every lyric landed like a straight-up confession to thousands of people who were listening harder than ever. On purpose or not, the stage turned into the one place where Keith finally looked free, no explaining himself, no defending anything, just vibing and expressing. And with every show, the mystery only got deeper, proving once again that sometimes the loudest messages are the ones never actually said out loud. While fans were busy hunting for hidden meanings, the media took the whole thing and ran in a completely new direction, one that seriously blurred the line between truth and imagination. 10. The media spin. Once fans started connecting the dots, the media didn't waste a second flipping the story into a headline-hungry circus. Entertainment blogs and celebrity magazines jumped in, dropping bold, speculative pieces with titles like Keith's Secret Message and Is Maggie the Muse Behind the Music? Suddenly, every lyric he sang and every tour photo became evidence for their theories. What began as a tiny lyric tweak snowballed into a full-blown storyline, one Keith never confirmed and never shut down either. Tabloids painted his performances as emotional spill-alls, pushing the idea that he was saying things through music he couldn't say out loud. At the same time, more legit music journalists took a smarter route, talking about how heartbreak can totally reshape an artist's sound and mindset. Still, the line between facts and rumors got dangerously blurry. With every new post, the story got louder and bigger, reaching people way outside the country music scene. Ironically, all the chaos boosted Keith's visibility big time. Streams of his classic tracks shot up, concert clips went viral, and fans started replaying his older hits with fresh meaning. Maggie's social media following blew up too, even though she stayed completely silent through it all. What was once a private situation had officially turned into a cultural conversation about fame, perception, and the media's power to twist emotion into entertainment. For Keith, this was the double-edged sword of stardom. The same spotlight that celebrated his art also zoomed in on his every move. And as the noise kept getting louder, it became obvious that the real challenge wasn't surviving the rumors, but taking control of the narrative before it swallowed him whole. Even after the headlines started to cool off, Keith still had one last revelation, and it left fans stunned. 11. What he actually revealed. When Keith Urban finally chose to open up for real, he didn't do it through a press conference or some polished media statement. He did it through music, the one language he trusted the most. During an intimate live session streamed for fans, Keith spoke honestly between songs about finding peace in the middle of chaos. His tone was calm, genuine, and carried the weight of someone who'd been through enough speculation to last a lifetime. He didn't drop names, but what he said was more than enough to shut down weeks of rumors. Keith shared that touring had turned into his therapy, the place where he could heal, rebuild, and reconnect with the people who had rocked with him for decades. He gave major love to his band, calling them the heart behind every note, and thanked them for standing by him through both personal and professional storms. Fans quickly caught that he referred to Maggie Baugh not as a muse or some mystery figure, but simply as a friend and a remarkable talent. In that moment, the whole narrative shifted. What had been framed as scandal suddenly looked more like a story of resilience. Keith reminded everyone that the real story was never about gossip or controversy, it was about music, survival, and finding purpose again. His honesty felt like a closing chapter, not a dodge. By speaking on his own terms, Keith took his story back, proving that truth, when delivered calmly and authentically, hits way harder than any rumor. And while his words settled the storm, they left one big question hanging: what would this moment mean for Keith's future, and for the fans who'd watched every twist and turn. 12. The bigger picture. When everything finally settled, the story of Keith Urban and Maggie Baugh wasn't just about two musicians caught in a rumor whirlwind, it was a snapshot of the modern celebrity machine. One lyric change, a quick smile on stage, or an innocent collaboration can spark a worldwide debate in minutes. For Keith, the experience became a mirror, showing both the glow and the weight of fame. Through it all, he reminded fans that being real still matters. His openness turned what could have been a public crash and burn into a lesson in resilience. He chose grace over gossip, art over anger, and truth over theatrics. In the end, what stuck wasn't the rumors, it was how both he and Maggie handled everything with professionalism, silence, and straight-up dignity. For Maggie, the whole situation became an unexpected test of character. Instead of folding under pressure, she came out stronger, earning respect not just as a performer, but as someone who stayed grounded in a world that feeds on noise. For fans, the story served as a reminder that what we see online is only a tiny slice of reality. Behind every headline is a human story, full of growth, heartbreak, and healing. And sometimes, the most powerful revelations aren't about what said at all, but about how someone chooses to rise above the noise.